You're listening to Classic Bikini Divas with Saba and Babs.
Hey, everybody, we're back, and we're so happy to be doing a podcast for you all.
Y'all.
You all.
Y'all.
For the and also you too, who's in New York. We did a radio show for a long time on health, fitness, and anti-aging, because we're so into anti-aging. As you know,
you don't look a day older
than I did last week. No, so we did some great shows, and so we put them together for you. Some of them were so fabulous, and they're about like where we were back then when we were getting ready to compete. We compete as Bikini Divas, and Babs, tell them how old you are.
Oh my, I'm 63 now,
right.
And I'm still competing.
And I'm 75, and I'm still competing with my walker. No, I'm I don't use a walker, no. I don't have to use anything because we're healthy and we really are vibrant, and
we're
we work
still
out.
doing it.
And we're just really happy to be doing this. But I can tell you that what we're doing, we're coming from a studio in Glendale, California, and Brian Rosenko is doing all of this for us, and we love him. Yay! Shout out to Brian.
Shout out.
One of the reasons we love him is because Babsy doesn't have to use her finger anymore to press the button so we can be heard, because sometimes we were not heard.
Gee, thanks. Sometimes we weren't heard. I know, it's all on me.
We have so many fabulous guests that we put together. And the first one that we'll be talking about is
I really loved her.
Nancy Georges.
Yeah.
She was a friend of yours. That's how I met her, through you.
Well, she's amazing, because Nancy has been a competitor for a long time, but she's also a posing coach. And
yes, and we went to her when we first started doing the Bikini Diva stuff about 7 years ago, and she taught us how to pose.
She was the first coach I ever went to.
And it was really interesting.
Yeah,
and it was really fun. And
really
she said, "Oh my God, Saba, you are so fabulous. You're perfect."
Well, you are.
And then we went there, and those girls really knew how to pose. And we were just like, okay, this is us, you know.
Well, but we did a good job. Well, I actually won my first competition.
That's
so,
right.
I mean, without Nancy's help, I don't know that I would have known what I found out. But she's pretty amazing, I'd have to say, because she's a mental coach as well.
I need her because I'm mental.
I'll call her right after the show. She really works with the whole person, because a lot of it really is your integrating your subconscious with your consciousness.
Right. She talks about mind-body, which is what I talk about.
Right.
It all starts with that one muscle,
It does.
Big muscle in your head, your mind muscle.
It all begins there. You're not going anywhere without that.
Works its way down to your bod.
Well, you got to make your mind up first. You got to get your mind right.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and then you have to, you really need to know yourself, like how hard you can really push yourself or not.
Or not, depending on the day.
You have to really listen to your body. You have to be in touch with yourself, for sure.
Well, I'm in touch with myself. Or is that I'm touching myself? I don't know.
Let me call that mental coach, Nancy.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we have a lot of fun with all of our guests. And I know you're going to have a lot of fun with us. And you're also going to be learning a lot.
Yes.
Because we
learned something
7
with every
years
single one.
of Babsy and I putting all of these things together and learning how to be bikini divas and sports models and just healthy people.
Right. Because we want to live forever.
Well, we want to live healthy forever.
Healthy forever, because you really can have an amazing quality. You can have an amazing quality of life. And, age can be nothing but a number. I mean, you just have to know how to make adjustments and all, but you can be healthy. I've never felt better, but then I've never known how to eat.
You've never looked better.
And thank you. And take supplements and do things. I never really understood, like, the whole, like, body connection to your mind. I never really understood like how your body really functions, why certain foods make you feel good and certain foods make you feel bad.
That's true.
Or like how much you're eating, or you're not eating enough, or you're eating too much, or too much of one thing. How you can kind of manipulate how you actually feel, even like through food and
well, we've
supplements and
learned a
exercise.
lot by
We've learned so much.
doing the wrong thing, actually. Going to parties and saying, oh, well, this won't affect me. It's just one day. And then the next day we had to compete and we looked like elephants. No,
well, look at me.
No, we bloat.
I learned that. I learned that hard lesson.
Make you bloat.
Yes.
And in these podcasts, you're going to learn all about the foods that make you bloat, that make you feel unhealthy, that make you feel that weigh you down, that make you feel good,
and some energize you. I mean, if you're in a situation, for example, where you haven't had a lot of rest, there's certain
like
ways
me
you
today.
Well, there's certain ways you can eat that very day that really make a lot of difference.
That's true.
It can get you through it.
Yeah.
And you just have to like learn these things, and these are things that we've learned. And you're right. And there's no shortcuts.
Yes, I've learned that.
No shortcuts.
There are no shortcuts. We've done
none
this
at all.
None healthfully, naturally, and one step at a time. And we've really learned from all the athletes that we've competed with.
Right, because you pick up tips from everyone.
Because most of them, they look amazing.
They do.
And you'll find out on the podcasts exactly what we felt when we were starting to compete, exactly what we felt when we were going through it, and exactly what we feel right now. Well, right now, at this age, 7 years later,
that's hard to believe, isn't it?
I know.
In a way,
been
it
7
is.
years, and we're still speaking.
We're still doing everything. Nothing's changing. I think our knowledge has changed to a great degree, and I think in some ways we've maintained some things, and other ways we've improved. I know one thing I've improved in is my flexibility. I'm amazed how much more flexible I am than I was even 30 years ago.
That's true.
And it's funny because it's like, even I was thinking the other day, I pretty much go to the same gym, the same few gyms. We belong to LA Fitness, okay, but we go. There's a few that are in the neighborhood, and
and we crash them all.
We crash them all. It's like I like different ones, different things, different classes here and there. But I've noticed, like, using some of the same equipment over the years, now I can. Oh my gosh, like my flexibility. I remember I couldn't even like lift my leg up on the bar. I remember when I first started, I couldn't even do it. And now I'm like amazed at myself that I can easily put it up there.
When you started.
I must have been. There were so many things I could not even do. And I'm like, look how I just flow right through it.
I was on my way to being an old lady.
You were.
And then I went, you know what? No, this is not. I was 68. No, this is not happening. But I'll tell you what I noticed that's a big change for me, and I think it's also a big change for you, is motivation. Because when we first started, you were my motivation. You were my inspiration.
Well, thank you.
And then I became.
And now you don't need
your
me.
Inspiration. Now I don't need you. Get the hell out. No. Now what happened over the years is I became motivated myself.
Yeah.
Because you would go out of town.
Right.
I would go out of town.
Right.
Babs and I are both. We both have a show business background. So she's either filming or doing something, and I was in production or this and that. And what happened is that we didn't have each other to motivate each other, but we actually had all these fabulous gold medals and statues because I came in first place in my division every single time. I'm so proud of that. My husband loves my body, but
as he should.
But just knowing our accomplishments kept
that's
us
motivating.
Going.
Well, it does.
And motivated us.
And that's really why we continue to do it to this day. It really is. It's all about self-motivation because someone else telling you to do it. I mean, we all know what we need to be doing.
You need a kick. You need help. I mean,
you do.
We partnered and we helped each other, and that's really important too.
But if that friend isn't there, like you said, circumstances or different things, you have to just be self-motivated. And after a point, a lot of things become pretty automatic, and that's where you want to be. You don't need willpower if it's your lifestyle.
That's right. And it's become our lifestyle.
That's the thing.
And that's what it's all about. And you're going to learn from our conversations with all of our guests that we had on, exactly how it can become your lifestyle in such easy ways. And
It is.
We got so much out of this also in talking about it and learning about it. I actually got a real book deal, a published book, and that'll be out probably next month. And I based it on what I learned called Think It, Do It, Be It. It's absolutely an amazing way. Well, you start with your mind muscle.
Right.
Think it, and then you do it, and then you become it. And Babs got so many wonderful offers for film and everything. And we're continuing, and we're going to have our own show, but we can't talk about that yet because...
So here we are, but we digress.
We digress.
But
So,
we like to encourage other people because that's the main thing. That's the joy of it all. To be self-motivated, but also to encourage other people and be motivated by them too.
That's true.
You
and
know?
we have really helped a lot of young people also because
they want to be like
they
us.
want to be like us when they grow. When they grow old, they don't want to grow old. They want to grow.
Exactly.
You
and there
know?
is a difference.
There is a difference.
We're still growing.
Well, yes,
We are.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
We are,
I'm
but
kidding.
I
wish my boobs would keep growing. I don't know. She
I guess
has
it's not
them.
like my nose or ears, or whatever. But as life goes
Your
on,
ears keep growing. You're
we don't need that part. But as time goes on, you continue to just add layers of knowledge, layers of understanding, layers of imprinting the right thing that becomes your lifestyle.
And if you don't
it's a beautiful
get
thing.
healthy, you add layers of fat, and then that helps you to be unhealthy. And really,
Right.
it's all about health.
It's all about health.
You
Health is
know?
beauty. Health is everything. And guess what? You're not going anywhere without it. You think you want to accomplish something in life? If you're not feeling up to it, you can't do it.
No, couch potatoes sit.
They-
If you just start moving. Also, you know what? We've had clients. We don't see people personally anymore because we just don't have the time, but we do huge, huge events. And at those events, we did one where there was this one person who was a couch potato and she hadn't moved for years and she was overweight and she said, I don't even feel like doing anything. And we just took her one step at a time, just moving a little bit. And she totally lost the weight and she walked around and
you just start.
that was like a year ago, and
Yeah.
she's doing great now. So you don't have to start, from having a great body or just having any kind of
If
body.
you get healthy, your body will just naturally look good. That's
and
all
you feel
it is.
better, and you
It's
want to
true.
do more.
It's really all. If you just focus on that, on just making as many healthy choices as you can, your body will reflect it because what you look like on the outside is a reflection of what you're doing on the inside.
That's so true.
That's
it really
all it
is.
is. It's very
They say
simple.
don't judge a book by its cover, but you know
But
what?
you really can.
You can judge a human by its cover.
Yeah, because your skin will glow, your eyes will be bright, every last thing. You'll
That's
have a
right.
nice shape,
And when I started, remember my skin and my face?
your hair, everything.
My hair. Oh, that's another thing that has happened to me when I started my hair. And you'll hear about this in the podcast too. But my hair started looking like, the luster
Like straw?
was gone, like straw.
I know the feeling.
I took it
Mine
out
too.
of my ponytail and it just sat there. And
Yeah.
now it's like really healthy.
Oh, yeah.
It looks
You
like one
never
of
look
those
better.
ads on TV.
Your skin
and
looks pretty and it's like
Yeah.
thicker. It used to look paper thin and now
Yeah.
you've got like some bounce,
And
it's
it's
like
all
filled
about
out.
the food you put in your
It
body
really is.
and the products you use.
Yeah, totally. It
You know,
really
and
is.
they don't have to be expensive.
No.
We'll share that with you later
They don't
too
have
on
to be
some
expensive.
of them.
And, sometimes people say, eating healthy things is expensive even, but that's not really true.
It's cheaper.
It actually is. If you skip all the junk and you just concentrate on what's good and healthy, it actually is cheaper.
Yeah.
You're not buying all the
And we learn
things.
to prep our meals too.
Right.
So,
So your
there's
food
always
budget
something around that
goes
you can eat
pretty
that's
far.
healthy. And I found that I don't spend as much money on food at all.
You
I mean,
really
how
don't?
would I know about spending money on food? My husband does all the shopping. I am so blessed. My husband does all the shopping. If we're out of something, I put it on a list.
And it magically appears,
And it magically
in your
appears
kitchen.
in my freezer or my fridge. And when we
that's
started
great.
doing these shows and when we started doing this, I didn't cook. And
now you do.
I do because it's easy.
It is easy
And
when you have really
I
good
do a
fresh
lot of really good
ingredients.
things now that I didn't do then.
Exactly.
That I thought was so cool because I didn't do them. But now I love it. I love prepping my meals and I love having food around. And I really changed the way I eat, and so did you.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, completely. If I had only known when I was younger. But, you know when you know, and you
that's
just
why
go forward.
We're doing this podcast so you can know how to live. You can know what's good for you and really what isn't good for you.
And it's the quality of your life.
It is.
To feel good. It's really important. And no matter, I mean, we've all had health challenges and things like that. But
Well, God knows you have.
you
surgery.
can
But you know what? Babs
can
has had so
overcome
many
those.
surgeries, and ever since we started doing the health thing, she hasn't had one.
I haven't really been sick. So it's a lovely thing.
You can be healthier than you've ever been. You can be everything.
You can improve anything.
And
you
you
really
can be anything.
You can improve everything. So we just want to encourage you to just know that, and that's what's coming.
Right. So I listen to the podcast because besides the health and the fitness, we talk to people who are so wonderfully famous and names that you'll know and things that they do to
Their
stay healthy
challenges.
and their challenges. And a lot of them are just so interesting. And hopefully you'll find us interesting.
Well,
So
hopefully.
I guess what we'll do is we'll just start with Nancy Georges, and we hope that you get a lot out of this because we know we did, and we continue to get a lot out of it. And
Yeah.
What do
so
you and
you'll
we're-
enjoy it.
yes, you'll enjoy it.
You'll pick up some tips, and that's the whole goal. So stay healthy. We want you to live long.
And prosper. And if you like it, tell all your friends. Tell all your friends. You got to hear these women, classic bikini divas.
That's
they are
right.
so amazing because we find you amazing enough to bring this to you.
And thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Here comes the first show. we be dancing fools.
Every single time. Every single time. Too bad everybody
yeah.
can't see the ridiculousness, but I'm sure they can hear it in our voices.
Yes, we are ridiculous, but we have so much fun being that way.
We sure
so.
do. It's really who we are.
Well, you know what? We're getting ready. We're getting ready because we have a competition coming up this
Oh,
weekend.
my Lord.
Team USA is
Yes.
upon us.
It is so upon us.
Wow. This is it. So what have we been doing? We've been
Oh,
doing
boy.
some good stuff. And
Especially
we've been,
now. I mean, we always do good stuff, but now it's like really tighten up.
Yeah.
We kind of adjusted our diets a little bit. You know, even though some things are healthy, when you're in contest prep mode, it's not really the right thing for contest. For
Right.
example, you don't want to eat, I love salads, but
Right.
you don't want to bloat. So
and you
we're
don't
not
want to
doing
have
that.
your protein drink because
you bloat.
You bloat.
And you don't want to eat like excess fruit because that, you know, the sugar and it deposits the water under the
Right.
skin. So we can't do that. So
You
it's a lot
bloat and you fart. No.
it's a lot of protein, vegetables, and healthy fat, basically, is what
Right.
we're looking at. You know?
And we're doing it.
And we're doing it. And working out.
And yes,
As always,
and
like
we
twice a
have,
day now.
Yes, I know. You know what? But not heavily. I mean,
heavily.
like water aerobics,
Yeah.
and then maybe a workout, yoga, and then a workout.
Yeah, just
But
twice a day. It's been a couple
like
hours.
a heavy
This
week
last
for
week.
us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? We have call in.
Yes, that's right. Nancy Georges. Can't wait to have her on in a
And
few
you know
minutes.
what? When Babs and I were first starting, we went to Nancy and she helped us.
She sure did with our
We
with
learned
our
how to
prep.
pose. We didn't know anything.
We sure did. And
And-
she is amazing because she is a figure and bikini contest prep coach. She also is a hypnotherapist. She does mental coaching, food psychology. She's just like amazing.
Food psychology.
She really
See
attacks it from the mind.
Think about it. eat it.
That's a takeoff on your think it, do it, be it.
Yes,
Shout
it
out to
is.
Seba's book.
Yeah.
Woo! Ow!
Yes.
Mine's only digital. ClassicBikiniDivas.com. It leads you to each of our websites, and you can see and download our books. Is our guest with us now? No.
So let's find out if the
Mercury's in
lines are
retrograde
busy.
with capital R, capital R.
We have a caller.
Back with you shortly. Thanks for calling.
Mercury's in retrograde with a capital R.
Okay, Nancy, if you're listening, call in.
Nancy,
call in now.
Call me,
And,
call again.
We will
Never dull
hopefully get out of
moment.
the retrograde cycle.
Yes,
I know, right?
Anytime, Mercury.
When does it end?
Not soon enough.
I don't know. Last time Mercury was in retrograde, I
But this one, it
actually
screws
wrote a
up.
blog about it because
Yes, you
everything
did.
was so funny. That
It is
was
funny.
going wrong. Going wrong. My
You have to laugh.
computer. I mean, everything, and I
Everything.
didn't believe it. You know,
Everything.
I didn't believe in it.
Like right now, my Twitter app doesn't work. I mean, I couldn't even tweet. I couldn't even it's so. I
She
don't know. What
presses
can I tell
the
you?
tweet, and it comes up.
It just comes
tweet.
up, goes away. I mean, I could go when I try to go online directly that way on my phone. I can't get there.
Yeah, I tweeted this. I had to do it on my laptop, and I had to do it and Facebook on my laptop. It would not work on my phone.
It's not working on my
Really?
phone, and I found that out too late.
I don't know
It
if
says
mine-
all the lines
phone
are busy.
retrograde.
Oh man, never
Well,
dull moment.
I-
We have this fabulous guest. Can you call me and patch me in? Is that possible? Can we do that? Well, let's try it. What should I do?
My Twitter comes up.
Should I call her?
We're going to try and.
Let's see.
Oh, she's there?
Let's try it. Are you here, Nancy?
I'm here.
Yay!
Wow.
That was pretty
What a
amazing.
wonderful welcome.
Nothing like we were just talking about Mercury's in retrograde and all these crazy things, but okay.
Well, it's
Here
so
we
nice to
are.
hear your voice.
Thank you, Nancy, for joining us. Nancy Georges, she's amazing. Well, you have got quite the extensive list of talents and things and ways to help people. I'm telling you, we were talking about you and all your mental coaching and how just, oh my gosh, and your
And
psychology.
we want to hear more
and
about
everything.
it.
So tell our listeners about you. I love your philosophy about how you have to do the mind and the emotional transformation. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, I started competing in 1989, and so that's and I competed for 20 years, and for me it was always a personal transformation. For me, it was always a way to not only just evolve my body, but also just evolve whatever challenges or things that I was working through at the moment. And I just noticed that that's important in my coaching practice. It's important to integrate that piece for my clients because we're not just transforming our bodies. When we're working on our bodies, we're also, if we desire that, we also can be working on the mental, the emotional, the psychological, the spiritual. We can be working on all that as we're working towards this fitness goal. And so I find it to be very important to incorporate all of the elements so you're getting a, at the end of the journey, whether you're getting in great shape for competition or you're getting in great shape for personal reasons, you're a better person all around in every way. And that to me is what's important.
Yeah.
I love it. That's where I come from. I start with the mind and work my way down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because if your mind is right, then it's easy to do the work that's necessary. It's easy to eat the proper food. It's easy to get to the gym. If your mind is right about it, all this stuff is really easy.
I love that, and I love what you have on your website as far as creating a space for rest. Now, explain that. It's really interesting because, like you said, it almost sounds counterintuitive to say that.
I wanted to hear more about that.
Yeah, elaborate on that.
Yeah, well, it's really about, it's interesting because coaching from my vantage point is really about a coaching alliance. It's about a relationship between two people. And the way that people are used to going to personal trainers or coaches for contest prep is they're used to that person being a giver of information. Tell me what I need to do so that I can look like you or so that I can look like this person that I have a picture of on my fridge, right?
Nancy.
But it's not Yeah, it's not just about that, because the client, if they have the information about their body. I don't have that information. I don't know anything about their body, how it works, or anything about their mind, their thought process, all of that. So it's a relationship between two people. It's a team. It's a team effort, and it's a one-to-one team effort, as opposed to the coach being above the client, which is the way most people see that relationship. Is the coach is saying, here's what you have to do, and then they call in and they go, well, why didn't you do it? You need to just suck it up and do the work. And to me,
I love those people.
I know. Really.
It's completely unacceptable to say suck it up. It's like, well, what's going on? What's really happening to where you're having a struggle with the food? And a lot of times it's really simple, like, well, I'm driving in my car, I have to pick up my kids. These are important values. It's like family is extremely important. You can't tell someone, hey, just suck it up and don't pick up your kids. I mean, this is just it's not reasonable. So it's about creating the space for the fitness to fit within the lifestyle to where they can evolve at their own pace with all the elements that are going to stay included.
Well, then you can stay committed for life.
That's what Babs and I are all about, because being older competitors, we started with, you can't, the young girls at the gym that go, come on, you can do it, push, and we're going, excuse me?
No, you can't.
And so we developed knowing that you don't have to push so hard. You can actually develop.
You can modify.
You can modify, and you can do all of that, and leave space and leave room for people who want to grow at a different rate.
Right.
At a different time schedule.
Exactly.
So I love what you're saying.
I love what you're saying too.
I think it's fabulous.
Now, what role do you think hypnotherapy really can play for people?
Well, it's about integrating the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. So when someone has a goal that they want to get in shape, or they want to, just change their lifestyle, there's a little bit of static in the way that's like, you can't do that, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, what makes you think that you can have this? And, so really it's about integrating those unconscious thought processes that kind of get in the way of our behaviors, and we don't really know how they're getting in the way. So hypnosis really plays a part in integrating that at the deepest level, just taking that and saturating the goal to the core and saying, this is what we want on every level. We want to be better, not just physically, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, psychologically, and just kind of integrating that to the core.
It's great, and I know hypnosis works. I know it.
It does.
My goddaughter and my daughter are both hypnotherapists, and I've seen people come to them with issues that they've had for so many years, and just a few hypnotherapy sessions, and it's gone. Not like, psychologists that they'll talk about it, which is good. I'm not saying psychology, there's nothing wrong with psychology, but if you really want to get to the root of your problem and heal yourself, hypnotherapy is amazing. It works,
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people really don't understand hypnotherapy just because of the fact of the stage hypnosis, and and so it's a little challenging because people think that that it's kind of like mind control, but hypnotherapy is recognized by the American Medical Association since 1956. So this is a valid form of treatment for a lot of unconscious things that are getting in the way. Now, the way I personally work with it is I work with it through metaphor, so that the person can integrate what they want at the deepest level, and I don't actually have to know what that is. Okay. So if there's a struggle or a challenge in their way, I can just use a metaphor that basically says, get that struggle or challenge out of your way, and they'll do that. Their unconscious mind will take care of that. Wow. So it's really great that I don't need to know all the little bits and pieces of everything that's going on in a person's life, because sometimes we just can't even articulate that. Sometimes we don't even know to be able to say, oh, this is the thing that's really getting in my way.
Right. And we all have blocks and we all have challenges.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's hard to recognize what they are. It really is.
But it's interesting when you said, I wanted to just quickly point on, you said, you don't have to push. And this is the interesting thing is, oftentimes you have to not push. in order to get to the result. So it's the mentality is, what more can I do? 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 And it's like, well, actually what you can do right now is rest.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't want to do that, but that's actually the best thing. So it's almost, it's challenging. It's like, I don't know if you've seen this little meme going around that says, where is my rest muscle and how do I train it?
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to keep going, but your body recovers when you're resting. And when you're pushing your body too hard, doing too much cardio, not eating enough food, you're going to put yourself on the stress response. You'll be under this low-level stress response, and then your cortisol is going to go up, and then you're not going to be able to get to your result because you're under stress. So you have to scale back.
Yeah,
good
and
point.
you know
Good point.
The way my husband and I start our day is in meditation, and we always, and get our heads right before we go out there and face the world.
I've been learning that.
So it
really
slows you
makes a
down, and then and breathing is very good during the day.
Well, breathing is good, keeps you alive. Well, also, like, people, you're right, don't give enough credit toward rest, but the truth is, it's like, you have a tendency to think, if you don't know better, that when you're in the gym, you're actually, I'm building my muscles, but the truth is you're breaking them down.
That's right.
It's the rest when you're resting that's actually building them up. And I think if you just think about that, then you would realize how important rest really is.
True.
Physical rest, mental rest. Mental rest is good. That's why people take vacations, to recharge.
Yeah.
Go to
a lot of people end
Florida.
up losing weight on vacation.
That's true.
Yeah.
When they're not even trying.
Exactly.
Because they're enjoying themselves.
They're
so much.
aligned, and that's the thing. You have to align it all.
So what is next in line with you?
Yeah.
What are you
working
up
on
to?
some things right now, aren't you? Yeah.
Well, I'm actually working on integrating therapy with the fitness. So I'm working on my master's in psychology. I'm going to be doing somatic psychology, which is an integration. Somatic psychology is basically a person's interoceptive experience of their body, meaning how they experience their body as they're in it. And so I'm incorporating the body experience with therapy to help to integrate that psychological aspect to the body to where there is a complete transformation.
Wow.
Talk about a makeover. That's a great
mouthful,
makeover.
Nancy. That is great. Oh,
and
wow.
Do you have any questions
That's
for her?
incredible.
Anything you want to know?
Well, I would ask the question that everybody asks: what can we do to look like you?
Oh, you know what? By the way, I just want to say something because not too many people know this because we're radio. But the last time I saw Nancy, the one thing I said to Babs about you, Nancy, is that when you win the trophy, that amazing trophy of the girls, in their poses, you look like the trophy.
Yeah.
Your body.
Oh, my goodness.
No, you look absolutely perfect. And everybody needs to look at our website. And
Yeah.
What's your website address again, Nancy?
It's www.nancygeorges.com.
Oh, it's so easy. It's just your name.
Oh. And that's NancyGeorges.com.
You have an amazing website, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow. If you have like one little quick tip all our listeners should listen to just to get them motivated, just what would be one little thing they could just take away?
It would be to listen to how you feel.
I like it. That's great. Oh, gosh.
I love
Wow.
it. And listen to Classic Bikini Divas.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate having you, Nancy.
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Nice talking
Have
to
you again. Thanks so much. You take care. All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's amazing. Wow.
I know.
She's
that's
amazing
so
and she's
great.
gorgeous. And now I get why. I mean, she's got she takes
Exactly.
every aspect of what a person is, your mind, your emotions, your body, everything, and integrates it with knowledge. And knowledge is power for how to be healthy. She really knows what
Exactly.
she's doing.
For sure.
She knows her stuff.
Yes, she knows her stuff.
And you know what? Honestly, if you know your stuff, you look like you know your stuff. Your body
Yes.
will reflect it.
It's exactly
and hers
true.
absolutely is killer.
And
just killer.
It's like, one of the biggest things I ever did was to become a practitioner, a metaphysical practitioner, because that working the mind and the body together is like...
You have to. That's the only
You know
way.
what we've discovered,
You won't
actually?
heal if
we've
you don't
discovered
even.
that most people that compete with us are very into the mind.
Totally. They
I
all
can
get
imagine.
it.
You
Yeah.
have to
to
gauge
be.
your mind. You can't just go out and do these
Exactly.
You can't just hit the
competitions,
gym
right?
or if you've ever, everybody's tried to lose weight at one point or another, but you realize you can't do it. And then one day you're like, I've got it in my mind. My mind is made up. I'm going to eat this way and whatever. And once your mind's made up, it's not even a struggle.
Don't you want to
There's no
junk
struggle
out?
left.
Don't you want to junk out?
No.
You know
See,
what?
Like this week? No. Not at all.
Once in a while. Holiday season.
I teach... before I used to teach Finding Your Spirit through improvisation, but I teach workshops called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Body.
When you really change your
think it, do
thinking,
it, be it.
It changes.
You're listening to Classic Bikini Divas with Saba and Babs.